Okay, so let's talk about this new lawsuit Donald Trump has filed against the Wall Street Journal, and let's get a couple of things out of the way. It's seeking $20 billion. Really? Guess he needs to buttress the income from Trump crypto and Trump wireless. Maybe that's not going so well. The suit is obviously frivolous for a lot of reasons. It says basically that the Wall Street Journal libeled him by reporting on this birthday card he wrote for Epstein that was included in a beautifully leather-bound collection for Epstein's birthday by his companion, girlfriend, right-hand wingman, Ghislaine Maxwell. It's been referred to in reporting as a bawdy Trump card, complete with a magic marker, Sharpie drawn picture, and he's talking about sharing secrets with Epstein. So he is sued, and the legal standard, let's get that out of the way, is really a steep climb, because for a public figure, you have to show actual malice, meaning the journal knew it was a lie, they should have known. Very difficult. Take a look at what that standard is. I did an interview on CNN about this, and the legal weakness, I said, doesn't matter to Trump. He's doing it for other reasons. And mainstream media and the Democrats need to see the hidden opportunities in this that his lawsuit actually provides, even though it's legally kind of like meritless. Before we jump into it, let me remind you to subscribe to our channel, make it the biggest and the best, and we're going to keep bringing you these issues at the intersection, the relational intersection between law and politics. So we know that the actual malice is a very steep hill for a plaintiff who's a public figure. And part of why it's so ridiculous of a lawsuit is to keep in mind that other stations have caved in, like CBS caving into Trump's lawsuit. Gee, you think that has anything to do with the Stephen Colbert show being canceled? Here, like in the CBS case, there's no way that the Journal didn't do any due diligence on this. And the reporting is that this particular birthday book was actually part of evidence assembled by DOJ. So people have looked this over. They've probably already determined that it's not a hoax, that it's genuine. So that aspect of no due diligence is highly unlikely to succeed. But there are opportunities here that abound. First, as I said before on my previous Legal AF video, here it is in case you missed it, I don't think there's a client list, right? Like, what kind of person is going to have a client list? What's it going to say? Like a spreadsheet says pedophile clients, massage clients? That's not going to be. Now, maybe MAGAs and QAnon folks actually think there's that list with that title on it, which is why they're so disappointed and mad. But here's the good news for them and for us. The birthday book is a client list, right? A beautiful leather-bound collection of birthday wishes, many of them bawdy, so at least some of them must perhaps reference sexual things. And it's people close enough to Epstein to want to send him birthday wishes. For example, who's included in that book? Harvard lawyer Allan Dersowitz, who represented Epstein at one point, and the Harvard Crimson paper got a statement from him. And here you can take a look at what Dersh once had talked about with regard to his interactions with Epstein's folks. Take a listen.
Dershowitz is a longtime friend of Epstein's who represented him in the criminal underage sex case.
Could you please? I never saw a young underage woman.
Yet Epstein's former butler swore under oath that Dershowitz was at Epstein's residences at the same time underage girls were there.
Were there young women in another part of the house giving massages when I wasn't around? I have no idea of that.
Dershowitz did say he once received a massage at Epstein's mansion, but from an adult woman.
I kept my underwear on during the massage. I don't like massages particularly.
And as you may recall, Virginia Giuffre, who tragically passed away this year, suicide, one of the most outspoken survivors of the Epstein crimes, she had once claimed she repeatedly had sex with Dershowitz, who sued her, and while he denied this. And she's also the one that came forward with the allegations about Prince Andrew and Epstein. Now, they settled that suit. I mean, Dershowitz fought for many years to have her deposition transcripts released because he said it would vindicate him, basically. She dropped the suit. He dropped his suit against her. She said she may have been mistaken. Maybe it wasn't him. But the lesson here is sometimes you get what you ask for, and it isn't what you thought it would be. Those deposition transcripts were actually very damning to Dershowitz because maybe she was mistaken, but in those depots, she detailed repeated sexual encounters with them. So she did drop that lawsuit. So, we're not saying that that's true or anything, but it's an example of what happens when you seek release of the information. So congressional pressure can be put on releasing this particular list. It's a genuine list. It's a book. It's out there. Unlike other materials in the case, this one is not going to have survivors or victims in it, so you don't have to worry as much about the redactions or the sensitivities to it. Just people who are close enough to Epstein to want to send him a very personal birthday message. Now, we've all heard in the media a lot of talk about the grand jury testimony being released. Maybe a little bit of a cover. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, says, no, we're going to release it all. She's got to go to a judge because it's protected by secrecy. Why? Because you don't want to release information that, one, could hurt a case, but two, embarrassing people, hurting their reputation and such. Now, maybe this was within the grand jury material, so you still have to go to the judge. But notice why there are good arguments for releasing this, right? One, as I said, no victims involved in it, their birthday cards. The people who sent them, it doesn't necessarily hurt their reputations. I mean, they made it public. They're sending birthday greetings to someone they like. So where's the sensitivity there? It would be a great place to start with witnesses, right? The other pressure point is to press Trump on the next steps, sitting for depositions, which we'll have to talk forever about his relationship to Epstein. Now, he can rely on the Supreme Court ruling back in the Clinton days that a sitting president can be sued, but they can't sit at the time. They can't be they're too busy to have to deal with a civil suit then. That was when the Monica Lewinsky case was happening. Now, the Democrats need to flag this now, not to wait for Trump to start saying, oh, I'd like to pursue this now, but I can't. I'm a sitting president. The Supreme Court says, I can't do this nonsense. It's his case. He could waive that right. He could move forward on it. And it needs to be flagged now to take away the option from Trump to make all this smoke about I'm suing the Wall Street Journal, but I can't really follow up with it now. I can't sit for depositions. So he gets all the mileage out of suing them, right? And there's talk that this is kind of uniting his base because they hate mainstream media. Call him out now. Point out that if you're really serious about this, you're going to waive this sort of civil pause aspect the Supreme Court gave presidents, and he'll pursue it now. So take that away from him before he starts to use it. Of course, all this assumes that the Wall Street Journal does not cave, which they might. On the other hand, as CNN anchor Danny Freeman pointed out to me, maybe the journal is not even done. There may be other aspects that will continue to come out. Now, if you want to take a look at that full discussion I had on CNN, take a look here on our Undercolor of Law YouTube channel link. That's my Substack link. Now, we're already seeing what happens when there's renewed focus on Epstein's crimes. There's a brand new resurgence of Stacy Williams, who came out years ago, a former Sports Illustrated model, talking about how Trump had groped her. She used to date Epstein. Daily Beast is reporting here that she has tons of information about just how close Epstein and Trump were. She came out with this ages ago. It's nothing new, but now there's renewed interest in her. She was interviewed on CNN about the allegations, and more publicity in sexual predator cases often brings forth more evidence. Again, Democrats should be asking to hear from brave survivors like Williams. So to summarize, there really is an Epstein list, leather-bound one, and there's plenty in it for Congress to start to seek the truth about it using a bipartisan kind of lever. Get the Republicans to buy in on this. So that's it for now on this hot take. We will leave it here, and we will keep an eye on this case and talk to you soon.
Building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.